I want you to watch this entire video, not just because it'll save you time, energy, and emotional exhaustion, but because I want you to finally stop entertaining men who are half in, half out, men who say all the right things, but don't actually show up with substance. And here's the truth, grounded in Stoicism. You are not disturbed by men, but by your beliefs about them. Inspired by Epictetus, most women waste time not because a man lied, but because they refuse to see clearly what was already there. And the Stoic answer is simple: perception is power. When you see the situation clearly, you suffer less. You reclaim peace. You act. This video is going to break down 10 common things men say when they're not really interested in you, but from a Stoic lens, so you walk away not just informed, but emotionally bulletproof. Let's get into it. 1. I don't believe in titles. Detachment over delusion. Let's just get this one out the way. If a man says, I don't believe in titles, you might feel tempted to think, oh, maybe he's just spiritual. Maybe he's just unconventional. Maybe he's just not into labels. But here's the harsh Stoic reality. He doesn't believe in commitment. At least not with you. A man who is truly invested in a woman has no confusion about what she is to him. Marcus Aurelius said, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. But see, most men won't say the truth. Not because they're trying to hurt you, but because they're trying to keep access without accountability. They don't want to be the bad guy, but they're still getting the benefits. And you're hoping, waiting, hanging on, mistaking proximity for purpose. Stoic insight. Don't chase clarity from someone who profits from your confusion. If he says he doesn't believe in titles, that's his way of keeping you around, while never really choosing you. So what do? You detach. You stop negotiating for commitment. You take your power back by not needing the label, but walking away because of what the lack of one reveals. You don't argue. You don't try to convince him. You see clearly, and you move like it. 2. Let's just go with the flow. Control what you accept. Now, let's talk about the infamous. Let's just go with the flow. Sounds harmless. Sounds easy. But what he's really saying is, let's float in a direction I control, with no promises, no expectations, and no destination. See, Stoicism teaches us, if you don't have control, don't attach your peace to the outcome. If you're letting a man set the tone, the pace, and the direction, but you're the one catching feelings and getting confused, you've already lost your power. Men use go with the flow as a shield to dodge conversations, a shield to delay commitment, a shield to enjoy your energy without offering you certainty. And here's the painful truth. A man go with the flow isn't going anywhere. He's on a raft, not a mission. And the longer you float with him, the further you drift from your own standards. Stoic mindset shift. It's not about forcing the river. It's about not stepping into one with no banks. You want peace? Define your destination. If he's not aligned, step off the raft. Because your time is too sacred to waste it drifting in someone else's indecision. 3. I'm just really busy right now. Don't let excuses cost you peace. This one right here, I'm just really busy right now. Or, I have a lot going on. Now, let me be real. Yes, sometimes people are genuinely overwhelmed. But Stoicism teaches us to judge a man by his actions, not by his calendar. Because here's the thing. A man who truly values you makes time, not when he's free, but because making time for you is a priority, not a convenience. Epictetus would say, you become what you give your time to. So if he's giving his time to everything but you already have your answer. Don't get caught rationalizing his absence. Don't turn his inconsistency into your heartbreak. What you tolerate, you teach. And what you excuse becomes your new standard. If he's too busy to call, too overwhelmed to be present, too focused to even acknowledge your needs, then he's telling you, without saying it, you're optional. And you're not optional. Not if you're operating with Stoic self-worth. So instead of chasing a man's schedule, tighten your own standards. Withdraw with grace, not resentment. Let your silence become the standard he couldn't meet. 4. I'm not ready for a relationship. The Stoic art of acceptance. Here's one you probably heard more than once. I'm not ready for a relationship. Now, let me tell you what he's really saying. I'm not ready for one with you. And I know that stings. But Stoicism doesn't sugarcoat life. It teaches us to face it, feel it, and move through it with clarity. Marcus Aurelius put it best. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. You don't have control over when a man is ready. You don't have control over whether he's healed, done playing games, or willing to grow up. But you do have control over whether you invest in a situation that's not serving you. Let me break this down like a Stoic. When a man says, I'm not ready, your response shouldn't be, well, I'll wait and maybe he'll come around. No, that's hope dressed as self-deception. That emotional credit extended with no repayment plan. And I get it. You want to be the one who changes his mind. You want to be there when he finally wakes up. But Stoicism isn't about fixing people. It's about accepting reality. And the reality is, you deserve someone who's not getting ready, but someone who already knows your worth. So let him go, not with bitterness, with strength. Because peace doesn't come from someone finally being ready. It comes from you no longer waiting. 5. I value our friendship too much. Logic over emotion. This one right here, I value our friendship too much. Yeah, it sounds respectful. It sounds kind. But stoically speaking, it's a dodge. Let's be real. If a man truly wanted you, he would risk everything to have you. The truth? He values your presence, your warmth, your support. Just not romantically. And that's fine. But don't confuse a connection with compatibility. Stoicism teaches, do not waste what remains of your life in speculating about others. Marcus Aurelius. You can sit there all day wondering, maybe he's afraid. Maybe he's traumatized. Maybe he doesn't want to ruin what we have. But maybe he's just not that into you and doesn't know how to say it without hurting you. That's not evil. That's human. But your job is to not let your emotions override your logic. If he says he doesn't want more, don't try to interpret it as a sign that maybe he secretly does. You can love the friendship. You can appreciate the bond. But you have to walk away when your heart wants more than his words offer. Because you can't build a future with someone who only wants to stay in the past. 6. I'm not looking for anything serious. The discipline to walk away. Now let's talk about this one, because this is where a lot of women get emotionally trapped. I'm not looking for anything serious. You'd think this would be the most obvious red flag, right? But no, many still hold on. Why? Because he's still sweet. He still calls. He still takes you out. He still acts like a man who wants something real, but his words told you the truth. And Stoicism says it's not what he does, it's what he commits to. Men don't always say what they mean, but they almost always mean what they say. He told you up front, he's not ready for depth. He doesn't want commitment. He's here for a good time, not a stable bond. And yet you stay, thinking maybe he'll change his mind. No, he didn't lie. You hoped. And that's the difference between suffering and freedom. Stoicism is about freeing yourself from false hope. If a man doesn't want something serious, then you have a serious choice to make. Walk away, not because you're angry, not because he's a villain, but because you respect your time, because your soul is not a waiting room. So here's your Stoic reminder. Don't fight for space in someone's future when they've already told you there's no seat for you. 7. I'm healing right now. Compassion without self-abandonment. Let's talk about this one. I'm healing right now. Listen, healing is valid. Healing is necessary. Healing takes time. But here's where Stoicism comes in. Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. Epictetus. If a man says he's healing, but still wants to see you, still wants your time, still wants your body, but doesn't want to commit, that's not healing. That's using recovery as a reason to avoid responsibility. Healing doesn't mean dragging someone along your emotional roller coaster. Healing means stepping back, being honest, and doing the work alone. So don't get pulled into his internal war. You can be compassionate without becoming collateral damage. Stoic mindset shift. Help people, but not at the expense of your peace. Don't pour from a place that leaves you empty. Let him heal, but don't confuse that process with potential. If he's healing, let him do it solo. Because the moment you become his emotional bandage, you'll never be seen as the woman he builds with. 8. You deserve better. Take the hint, then take your power. This one is subtle but dangerous. You deserve better. It sounds humble. It sounds mature, but it's also a clear warning. He has no intention of becoming better. When a man says, you deserve better, what he's really saying is, I see your value, but I don't want to rise to meet it. And guess what? That's okay. You're not here to beg someone to see you fully. You're not here to drag a man up the mountain of your standards. As Marcus Aurelius said, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. In this case, let him go be who he is. But don't take that statement as flattery. Take it as closure. You do deserve better, but you'll only receive it if you walk away from what isn't it. Don't wait for him to change. Don't stay hoping he'll realize what he had. He already does. He's just not ready or willing to show up accordingly. And that's your cue to leave. 9. Let's just see where this goes. Translation, I don't want to commit, but I want you around Stoicism. This one sounds open-minded, casual, friendly. Let's not rush things. Let's just see where this goes. But read between the lines, because this isn't patience. It's passive control. A man who uses this line is trying to keep you emotionally invested without taking responsibility for your heart. It's like being put on a treadmill with no destination. You're moving, you're hoping, but you're not getting anywhere. Stoicism is about clarity, about stripping away delusions and facing reality. So let's face it, if a man knows what he wants, he'll pursue it with direction. If he values you, he'll make that clear. Even if he's not ready for marriage, he'll name a connection and move with purpose. If he keeps saying, let's see where this goes, while benefiting from your attention, your loyalty, your intimacy, he's not unsure. He's using ambiguity as leverage. Because here's the truth. He knows that by not defining the relationship, he avoids expectations. He avoids accountability. He avoids consequences if he hurts you. It's the oldest manipulation trick. Provide just enough hope to keep her close, but not enough clarity to make her secure. A Stoic man honors time. He doesn't waste yours under the illusion of, let's see. He leads with integrity or lets you go. So the next time you hear this line, don't be fooled by its politeness. Understand it for what it really means. I don't want to lose you, but I'm not prepared to choose you. And in Stoicism, we don't invest where we're merely tolerated. We invest where we're valued. 10. You're too good for me. Translation, I can't match your standard, so I'll exit before I'm exposed. Stoicism. This one cuts deep because it sounds like flattery. It sounds like respect. You're too good for me. But don't confuse poetic language with principled action, because often this isn't humility, it's an exit strategy. Here's what he's really saying. I can't or won't rise to your level, so I'm stepping away before you expect too much. It's like emotional self-sabotage. And if you're not grounded, you'll take it as a compliment. You'll chase him more, reassure him, try to shrink yourself so he feels worthy. Stop. Stoicism teaches us to accept what people reveal about themselves. If someone tells you they're not capable of being the partner you deserve, believe them. Don't argue. Don't plead. Don't become their motivational speaker. The man who sees your greatness and wants to keep you won't run from it. He'll rise to it. He'll train for it like a Stoic soldier sharpening his sword for war. He'll say, you're the kind of woman that demands strength, and I'm going to meet you there. So if someone uses this line as a way to bow out, let them. You weren't asking to be placed on a pedestal. You were asking to walk beside someone with courage. You don't need worship. You need partnership. Stoicism isn't about attracting praise. It's about demanding presence. And a man who cannot meet you with effort, discipline, and honor, he's not unworthy of love, but he's unready for you. So now you've heard it. 10 phrases, 10 emotional escape routes, 10 clever little shields men use when they're present but not invested, when they're there but not choosing you. And the most dangerous part, None of these lines sound cruel. None of them scream rejection. In fact, most of them are wrapped in warmth, in softness, in hope. That's what makes them powerful. And that's what makes them dangerous, because they give you just enough to wait, just enough to stay, just enough to tell yourself, maybe he just needs more time. But time is a currency, and a Stoic woman doesn't spend hers on uncertainty. Listen closely. When a man is truly interested, there is no confusion. There are no riddles. There are no mixed signals. There is no breadcrumb trail that leads nowhere. There is presence, pursuit, a path. You don't have to decode vibes. You don't have to chase clarity like it's some luxury. Because a man who wants you, a man rooted in purpose, a man who moves with the principles of honor, intention, and emotional strength, makes it known. He doesn't disappear when it's hard. He doesn't flirt with you just to feed his ego. He doesn't borrow your body while hiding his heart. He steps up or he steps aside. And if he can't meet you with that kind of energy, you don't react. You don't beg. You don't play games. You do what a Stoic woman does. You observe, you accept, and you walk, not because you're angry, but because your peace has become more important than your fantasy. You walk, not because he's bad, but because you're done giving full access to someone offering half interest. If this message struck a nerve, if it woke something up in you, if you saw yourself in these words, then don't walk away silently. Subscribe to Everyday Stoicism, because this isn't just another channel. It's a place to remember your power, to reconnect with your peace, to train your mind, heal your heart, and protect your spirit one video at a time. So if you're ready to stop chasing and start choosing, if you're ready to let go of confusion and claim clarity, then hit subscribe, tap like, drop your thoughts in the comments, because your voice matters, and share this with someone who needs to hear the truth but hasn't found the words yet. We're not here to play games. We're here to grow, to stay grounded, to choose peace over panic, clarity over chaos, and worth over wishful thinking. This is Everyday Stoicism. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of your mind, take care of your heart, and as always, walk with strength. Goodbye.